class as Anna Lee, who won the Doncaster back in '73, and Capillar, and it was also a great race filly.
Before we get into that, I should welcome you back from New Zealand, mate.
Well, thank you very much.
Come back looking nice and trim, and you must have really looked after yourself over there.
I certainly did, yeah.
Great trip?
Yeah, it was a great trip. There was some great racing over there, and the performances by Wandai's mate and winning 2 heats of the Inter-Dominion, one of the highlights for sure, David, yeah. Okay, we're on to Sydney?
On to Sydney.
On to Sydney. Randwick. And the first race of the day was won by My Sharvain. Dear Diane looked as though she was home to the world when she skipped clear about 200 metres out. But the last little bit, My Sharvain's picked her up, and she's gone on to score quite easily at the end. Glory there finishing third in the favourite. Velvet Rocket at 7-2.
Velvet Rocket, a grey, just leading another grey, Make Mine Dollars. 1.5 to Dear Diane. Then Cashmere Queen. More talk on the rail from My Sharvain and Jade Lace. But here's Dear Diane throwing down the big challenge to Velvet Rocket and picks her up and passes her very, very quickly. My Sharvain coming after Dear Diane. It's Dear Diane in front. My Sharvain a half length away. Dear Diane, My Sharvain. My Sharvain is going better than Dear Diane. And as they run down to the line, it's My Sharvain winning nicely. My Sharvain has beaten Dear Diane. Third Glory there, making up many lengths.
The second event of the day, the winner here was Starzaan, starting at 10-1, finishing very strongly over the final stages to beat Formal Invitation. And Gelsomino finishes third. Gelsomino was one of the top fancies for the race, started at 13-4. Singing Our Song was the favourite. She was well tried, 5s into started 3s.
Formal Invitation can't go on with it, and Starzaan is drawing clear, and Starzaan raced home to beat Formal Invitation. Third was Gelsomino.
The third event of the day, the winner was Lady Eclipse beating Noble Beauty, and third was Lady Mayfair. Rise was the favourite here, starting at 11-4. Lady Eclipse, ridden by Neville Voigt, finishes generously over the final part. She comes from a fair way back on the turn. She was well back in the field, but she makes up plenty of ground over the concluding stages, and she goes on to win quite easily. Lady Eclipse beating Noble Beauty, Lady Mayfair third.
Heartaches and to forget about Friend Serenade. Into the straight now, and My Marseillaise a length and a half clear. Dashing Queen second from I Like Roses, Noble Beauty and Lady Mayfair in on the fence, a length and a half to Lady Eclipse at the 250, and My Marseillaise leading Noble Beauty. Here's Lady Eclipse warming up, and Lady Mayfair stuck away, but Lady Eclipse shot clear, and at the 100 metres, Lady Eclipse a length and a half, Noble Beauty. Lady Mayfair getting out when it's all over, but Lady Eclipse is streaking clear, and Lady Eclipse wins it nearly 4 lengths on the line to Noble Beauty. Lady Mayfair third.
The fourth event of the day, the Sire's Produce, and the winner Keepers, ridden by Peter Cook, getting a run up on the inside with Bell to 2 over the final stages when the favourite Brave Show, who was hanging badly, drifted right off the track. He got way out to the middle of the course. Crawford, the Queensland youngster, finishes fourth. He didn't have a great deal of luck because it looked as though he was impeded by the erratic Brave Show. But Keepers too good, Bell to 2. Brave Show third, the favourite at 11-8.
Thompson crosses to the rails. It leads a length on. Read all about it. The challenge third, fourth making time, and moving up to fifth is at this stage Crawford. On the fence Keepers, and then the New Zealander Mr. Ironclad, a length and a half. Bell to 2, and Fossica followed by Sabre Dancer. A length and a bit then coming El Barco from Firefighter Essential, and Blue Regent is last. On the course proper now, they have 9.50 to go, and the leader is Brave Show. 3/4 read all about it. Keepers third on the inside, and then comes Crawford making time, and the challenge right out on a limb. A length and a quarter, Bell to 2 on the inside of Fossica, followed by Mr. Ironclad. And behind those, another length and a half away, Firefighter. Sabre Dancers off the track from El Barco and Blue Regent. And 2 lengths to Essential, travelling to the corner at the 450. And the pilot is Brave Show. It's a half length on. Read all about it. In third position, making time, wider out, followed by Keepers, angling for the inside run. And it's almost there. It's there now. It's Sabre is under the whip, coming towards the 220, and Brave Show starting to hang and getting through Keepers with Bell to 2. Brave Show's running right off the track. Crawford down the outer from Read all about it. Here's Keepers bursting up on the inside. Brave Show dropping off. Bell to 2 trying to match Keepers, but Keepers going home better at the moment. Keepers drawing clear of Bell to 2 and Brave Show, and Keepers wins the Sires. It's Keepers from Bell to 2 and Brave Show.
Now to the big one of the day, the Doncaster, and the win by Emancipation. I guess those supporters of the favourite had a few worries just as they topped the rise when she ran up onto the back of a couple of horses in front of her, but as soon as she got clear, she raced away from them, put the issue beyond doubt, and scores a great win, beating Ring True, and Foregone Conclusion makes up ground to finish third.
Was a little slow to jump out with Hussar's Command, Ring True and Kudu, and top of the pack, the early leader from Noble Connection. Third placing taken by Emancipation from Sunnyvale, Tandrio moving up quickly. Avatar trying to get over with Rare Form, and to the wind in that pack of horses, as is Czar Royal. Spectrum on the inside, close handy next man. Manuan, followed by Penny Edition. A length Hussars Command, Saisibon, then Ring True. More Rain off the track, and then Vivacity, followed by Foregone Conclusion and Kudu. And Chiamare at the tail of the field around the first corner. Noble Connection leads the way a half. Top of the pack, Avatar, third from Spectrum, Tandrio, then Tsar Royal and Emancipation. To the wind is next a length and a quarter rear form, and then comes Penny Edition. A length the Sunnyvale back behind the Manuan from Saisibon and Ring True. Wonder More Rain on the inside as Hussars Command, then Foregone Conclusion, and a good margin away to Chiamare as they travel along past the 650 metres. On the outside next is Vivacity and 2 lengths to Kudu. The Doncaster field is bunching up on the point of the corner at the 450. Noble Connection on the inside and top of the pack disputing the lead. Avatar is 3 deep, followed by Tandrio, and behind them Spectrum looking for the out. The same can be said for Emancipation and Tsar Royal on the outside. At the 220 top of the pack, and Avatar with Emancipation getting into the clear. The little 3-year-old filly shot away. On the outside trying to match her is Ring True, but it's Emancipation. Emancipation safely holding Ring True. On the outside Foregone Conclusion, but Emancipation, she's brilliant. Emancipation wins the Doncaster from Ring True and Foregone Conclusion.
Well, it was a great effort by Emancipation, putting the issue beyond doubt. In a couple of strides, as soon as she spotted that daylight, she raced away from them. The Chairman's Handicap was won by Lord Mop, beating Lost Valley. And Garter Mascot, the favourite, finishes third. Garter Mascot starting at 2-1. Here's the replay of the Chairman's Handicap coming up now.
Again was Il Rubino, Full Alert second, Insignia third. I think the rider on Insignia is looking to go to the lead, Peter Cook, and succeeds in doing so now. Garter Mascot fourth, then Sir Overlander. Lost Valley dropping out to second last, and close up on the inside is Lord Mop. In fact, Lord Mop's now shading Lost Valley for that last place. Coming down to the judge, and they have one complete circuit to go, and Full Alert's taken over. Langby racing Full Alert to a lead of about 2 lengths on Insignia, 1.5 third Il Rubino, racing over on the inside of Sir Overlander. Now Il Rubino's hanging on the turnout of the straight and bumps Sir Overlander, and Garter Mascot sails straight through on the inside to be third. Lord Mop second last, and Lost Valley is last. Full Alert in front, going to the side at the 1800 metres, has a break of 2.5 lengths now on Insignia. A neck third on the fence is Garter Mascot, nearly 2 lengths to Sir Overlander. At his quarters on the inside, Lord Mop. A length and a half to Il Rubino, who raced roughly on the turn out of the straight and tending to pull a bit here, and Lost Valley going up to his girth on the inside. Over the crossing at the 1600 as they work to the back in the Chairman's Handicap, little or no change in the order, and Full Alert by 4 lengths now in Insignia, 1.5 to Garter Mascot, the same distance to Sir Overlander. Lord Mop next on the inside, a length and a half, second last in the field being Il Rubino, and close up Lost Valley on the fence. Down the back straight, and they've travelled more than halfway now, and Full Alert still holds pride of place, 2.5 lengths clear on Insignia. A neck third on the inside being Garter Mascot, 2.5 lengths to Lord Mop. How do you reckon it's going, Peeping Pete? Yeah, you heard the grunt. But he's not doing too badly, Peter. A length and a half to Lost Valley. Il Rubino second last, and Sir Overlander at the tail. Down the side they come, 950 metres before them. And it's still Full Alert leading, but he's only a length and a half. Insignia. Garter Mascot third, and a length and a quarter. Lord Mop. He's angled a horse off the fence. He's picking up the bit now from Lost Valley on his inside. 2 lengths to Il Rubino, and 4 lengths to the despised roughie Sir Overlander. Bar Sir Overlander, they're starting to bunch up at the 600 metres. We're here Garter Mascot and Insignia swept past Full Alert. Lord Mop, in fact, has raced up to third as Full Alert drops in fourth from Lost Valley. A length Il Rubino, and about 6 or 8 lengths Sir Overlander. Into the straight, Garter Mascot and Insignia, with Insignia on the inside, just leading Garter Mascot. A length and a half to Lord Mop, chiming in with Lost Valley, and then comes Il Rubino. At the 220, Garter Mascot joined by Lord Mop and Lost Valley, and Il Rubino can't go any faster. Garter Mascot looks history. Lord Mop's got his head in front, he's got his neck in front of Lost Valley, battling on. It's Lord Mop and Lost Valley. Lord Mop on the outside, doing better now. Lord Mop is coming away from Lost Valley. In third place, Garter Mascot, and that's the way they finish. Lord Mop has beaten Lost Valley. Third placing going to Garter Mascot.
Race 7, and the winner here, Fairy God, really flies at the end, Fairy God. Northern Reward was taken to the lead by Quint with about 200 metres to go, and looked as though he'd score at that stage, but Fairy God rattles down the outside, picks up Northern Reward and goes on to win. Gon Troppo finishes third.
Then Bell Toller and a gap to Peace Officer. In the straight and Sir Game quickly headed off by Gon Troppo, and then comes Wagstone, Northern Reward, and behind them getting a bit of a split is Bell Toller and Fairy God coming down the outside at the 200. Here's Northern Reward sprinting quickly likely to take over from Gone Troppo. Fairy God endeavouring to match Northern Reward. It's Northern Reward, the leader. Fairy God is cutting him down. Fairy God and Northern Reward. Fairy God on the outside. I reckon he's won it. Fairy God from Northern Reward by an inch. Then Gone Troppo, followed by Beltol.
Now, the last race of the day, and the winner was Rhinestone at 50 to 1 to give bookmakers a pretty good result, beating Lord of Persia. Luna Flame finishes third, and the unplaced favourite here was Elroy, who started at 5 to 2.
They commence the run around the corner with Lord of Persia leading from Prince Tatnam. A length and a half, McGlinchey third, followed on the outside by Rhinestone. Luna Flame on the inside from Dashing Solitaire, and the widest runner is Elroy at the 220, and Rhinestone takes over. Lord of Persia and Prince Tatnam second, and third from McGlinchey. Luna Flame, Elroy next. Rhinestone in front, but Lord of Persia's fighting back. It's Rhinestone on the outside, just the leader. Battling on the inside, Lord of Persia. Rhinestone is going home too well for Lord of Persia. Rhinestone gets the money. Rhinestone beat Lord of Persia. Third, Luna Flame.
OK, now let's have a look at the TAB information for the meeting yesterday at Randwick in Sydney. Winning combination for the treble and the double, 564. Keepers, Emancipation, Fairy God. The double paid $28.05 and the treble $129.55. The extra double in Sydney, 4 and 11, Lord Mop and Rhinestone, $86.10. And that was the Doncaster program from Randwick in Sydney. A little later, we'll be coming up with the replay from 9 to 2 to start at 7 to 2. And he was too good for them, beating Ramify and Pride of Kalina third.
Ramify, McMaster, Longwood Lad, and they're about a length or so clear as they made the turn. Swabian Prince got a beautiful run. Then Pride of Kalina, 2 or 3 lengths to Monolith, followed by Danish Saint. In the straight, Ramify and Swabian Prince together, and they've raced away. In third placing, Pride of Kalina on the outside. Swabian Prince just got its head in front of Ramify. Ramify fighting back strongly. Swabian Prince a neck in front as they near the line, and Swabian Prince is going to win. Scores by about a neck from Ramify. 2 lengths away third, Pride of Kalina. They will follow.
The second event of the day, and the winner here was Arctic Wolf, beating Painted and Olive Branch. The favourite finishes third. Painted looked home to the world and skipped well clear just after they straightened up, but couldn't hold off Arctic Wolf at the end. Here they come around the corner, and that's Painted going to the lead now.
Painted shot clear on the corner, got 2 or 3 lengths to Royal Juanita. Then Olive Branch, who got held up badly for a run as the leader, Painted, swept about 6 in front. From now, Arctic Wolf, who's got up on the fence. Olive Branch going everywhere to try and get a run, but Painted's raced right away from them. It's about 6 in front at the 200. Arctic Wolf battling on, and Olive Branch getting clear now. Painted falling in a hole. Arctic Wolf's coming over the top of it. Arctic Wolf's going to get up and win. Arctic Wolf about 3 parts of a length of Painted. 3 lengths away third, Olive Branch, followed then by the
third race, and the winner was Samoan Lass, starting at 9 to 1, beating Twilight Miss, and Sky Runner finishes third. The favourite here was Explicit, who started at 9 to 4. Never really got in it. Samoan Lass in front most of the way, and too strong over the final part.
Followed a length and a half to Touring, Conclusive being hard-ridden. Sky Runner's putting in a strong run. Explicit's under the whip, not doing much, as Samoan Lass headed for home in front, tackled by Carringbush Lady, but got 2 lengths in front. Then Fayron, Sky Runner on the outside from Conclusive, with 200 to go. Samoan Lass showing no signs of weakening. She's a couple in front of Conclusive. Then Sky Runner, Carringbush Lad and Fayron from Twilight Miss. And Samoan Lass is going to score a comfortable victory. That's Samoan Lass by 2 lengths. Twilight Miss second. Sky Runner got third in front of Carringbush Lady. Conclusive.
The fourth event, the Welter Handicap, and the winner here was Wild Strike, beating Twig. And third was New Act. McLennan was the favourite at 11 to 4. Didn't do a great deal. He was always well back, and he doesn't fire at all over the final stages.
It's Twig and Royal Asset together. Wild Strike looking for the run. Emerald River pull to the outside. McLennan hooked about 4 or 5 wide now, but Twig kicked away a length and a half now to Royal Asset. Wild Strike's got the run. It's the danger coming at it quickly from Saga Sun. Wild Strike reached the lead. McLennan will run nearly last. Wild Strike ahead in front of Twig near the line, and then New Act finishing well, but Wild Strike's won it about a neck to Twig. Maybe New Act might have nearly got up for third on the outside of Royal Asset.
The feature race of the day, the Easter Cup, and the winner here by Triumphal March. Most impressive too, because he was a long way back but finishes strongly over the final stages. Comes right down the outside to pick up Silver Bounty, who looked as though he was going to win. Lost World finishes third. Silver Bounty was the favourite at 7 to 4.
Behind them next, and then Lost World our shout right off the track. Into the straight, and Sean's Pride swept to the lead now in the Easter Cup from Natalie's Pride and drew 2 lengths in front. Silver Bounty is out wide, and Vero Ray it is now hitting the front. Vero Ray's taken the lead from Lost World. Here comes Silver Bounty. Sean's Pride's gone, and then Triumphal March out wide from our shout. Silver Bounty got to the lead with 100 to go. Triumphal March picking him back at every stride. Triumphal March grabs Silver Bounty, and Triumphal March has won it Bobby Skelton got Triumphal March up. The winner head to Silver Bounty. Lost World third from Our Shout.
Race 6 on the winner here, Lady Midhurst at 10-1, beating Barenza. And third was Katiko. Use of Space, the unplaced favourite, at 10-9.
Barenza on the inside was just the leader as they swept to the corner. Not much in it, however, from Lady Midhurst. Used the space, pull to the outside now. Followed by Katiko and 2 or 3 lengths to Rich Reef under the whip. Ladies Manor and Winning Call running on. In the straight now, and Barenza on the inside, and Lady Midhurst are clear. Used the spaces, struggling. And they're followed by Katiko running on a gap to Rich Reef with about 200 to go. However, Lady Midhurst and Barenza are together. Use the space, can't win. There's nothing between them. Lady Midhurst got her head in front on the outside near the line, and Lady Midhurst going to win. Scores by about a neck from Barenza. Third place in Katiko.
Race 7 and the winner was Millawar at 10-1, beating Declaray, and Loyal and True finishes third. The favourite very heavily back Marotti. 6s into started 3s. And raced disappointingly too, was up in a handy spot in the early stages of the race, but then started to go backwards and continued to do so in the run to the line.
Looking for a run. Here's Millawar finishing well. Moronti's going to run nearly last, and now Declare pull to the outside. He's picking them up quickly. Loyal and True took the lead from Millawar, with Declare coming at them now on the outside. It's Millawar getting to the front, 100 to go. Declare trying very hard to get it, but Millawar's racing strongly to the line, and Millawar's going on to win by about a half length to Declare. Third, Loyal and True. A good gap to King Rhythm fourth.
The final event of the day was won by the favourite Bold Jet, storming down the outside to beat Addington and Painted Version. A well-tried Northern Gem might have been disappointingly, finishes well back, but Bold Jet just too good for them. Comes right down the outside. That's him way up, about 5 horses deep as they come around the corner.
Out wider on the track from Mr. Magic 2 to Sky, with 300 to go. Addington and Painted Version fighting it out with Bold Jet, getting to them out wide from Gleaming Waters. Northern Gem can't win. Knock and 2 to Sky, and Bold Jet got to the lead with 100 to go. He got a neck in front of Painted Version, and Bold Jet's drawing away. Bold Jet running off the track, but wins it by about a length and a half. Addington second. Head away third then was Painted Version, then Gleaming Waters, Tudors.
Now the double and treble information from Caulfield, winning combination there was 9, 2 and 6, Wild Strike, Triumphal March and Millawar. The double $49.40 and the treble $475.95. And that was the meeting from Caulfield in Melbourne yesterday. Back a little later. Some Unit leading all the way to beat Gems Finito, and Gardick finishes third. Good win to Some Unit. His time was very fast. But I think most would agree that Gems Finito was pretty unlucky. You can see he missed the kick there. He's a couple of lengths behind the field shortly after the start and travels wide after that.
Settling down, Gardick and Caissiere caught going quickly in the early stages. They're joined in quick succession on the outside now by Some Unit, who's raced his way to the lead. And Some Unit pulls his way clear, a length and a half on Gardick, and then Caissiere caught. Followed then by King Kaka, Grand Rocky, Lord Seaman going up but wide and trapped off the track to Gems Finito, but he's running up into about 5th place. Then Sunset Affair, Neptune's caught, and Sharvain coming down the side now, 700 metres out. And the leader here, Some Unit, a half length in front of Lord Seaman, moving up strongly on the outside. Then Gardick, Caissiere caught. A length and a half to Gems Finito, then Grand Rocky, King Kaka, Sunset Affair. Then Neptune's caught and Sharvain around the bend, 450 metres out. Some Unit joined by Lord Seaman on the outside. Gardick third, then King Kaka. Gems Finito on the outside with Caissiere caught. Grand Rocky's going for a run in the centre, then Sunset Affair and Sharvain, 250 metres to go. And it's Some Unit, a half length in front of Lord Seaman. Gems Finito under the whip on the outside. Gaelick's battling on fairly well, and then Sunset Affair, but it's Some Unit in front. He's holding them at the moment. He's a length and a half clear of Gems Finito on the outside, then Gaelic, and it's Some Unit in front as they hit the line and wins it by a length. Some Unit first, Gems Finito second, a head away third, Gaelic, then Sharvain, Neptune's caught, Sunset Affair.
They never really looked like getting to him in the straight. After Lord Seaman put a bit of pressure on him just as they straightened up, he kicked away from them again, Some Unit, and held them pretty easily in the run to the post. Gems Finito battling on extremely well over the final stages after having that tough run and after missing the start as well. Some Unit winning the Bribie Handicap, beating Gems Finito and Gardick. There he is coming back into the enclosure. Gavin Duffy in great form at the moment, and shortly after the race we're able to catch up with Gavin and talk a bit about that win.
4 runs has come back from 1600 to 1200. It's not a bad effort, is it?
No, for sure. It was a real good effort.
And today you led on him. You had no hesitation in leading?
Well, you know, looking at the race, there wasn't a real lot of pace in it, and plus that Chihuahua and Gems Finito worked out that, you know, none of them had broken 111. And this bloke, you know, he's run the second Handsome Prince and that over 6 furlongs, so I'll take a bit of tossing.
And when you took him to the front, he didn't get fired up. He was always travelling easily, wasn't he?
Yeah, he settled good today, and, you know, I just let him bowl along on his own, and they sort of let me, I sort of held up for about the furlong and then let him slip up the last furlong.
He got to the line well, running 110.
Yeah, for sure.
There's still 4 months to go for the premiership. Any chance? You're still a fair way off the lead.
Oh, well, I'll be trying, but I doubt it.
Good luck.
Gavin jumped up in the next race and rode another
go, 2 hurdles out, and the Ranger travelling nicely. He's about 2.5 lengths to Rapier Knight and Dino Lad and then Diamond Dandy. Here's the second last. The Ranger nearly 3 in front as he came to it. Didn't jump it well. Rapier Knight jumped it much better and got up to within a half length of him, and Rapier Knight's quickly gone past the Ranger. Here's the last, and Rapier Knight's run a length clear of the Ranger as he draws to it. He's over it safely, and Rapier Knight's drawing right away from the Ranger in a long gap further back then, Diamond Dandy, but Rapier Knight comes away to win 3 lengths to the Ranger. About 8 lengths away third, Diamond Dandy, just in front of Dino Lad.
The second event of the day, and the winner here was Declaret, beating High Marks in third, Newack. Newack was the favourite at 9-4. Declaret was a fair way back in the field in the early part of the race, but wide out in the straight, he rattles home and he picks them up and goes on to score. Declaret ridden by Bobby Skelton.
High Marks 3 wide and Newack 4 deep as they enter the straight, and a length and a half further back is Declared to the outside. In the straight, Golden Hat and High Marks. High Marks took the lead. On the outside, Newack, and there followed by Andreas, and then further back, Declare. High Marks in front. Newack trying to get to it with 200 to go. Declare out after them, but High Marks about a half length in front of Newack. He's had to go for the whip, then Declare coming at them. It's High Marks still in front near the line from Newack and Declare. High Marks battling on. It's very close. Declare or High Marks, there's nothing in it. Newack to head away third from Magistral.
Now the third race, and the winner here was Wainui. Wainui started the favourite at 10-9, and he proved too good for them. This is the steeplechase. Sharatix finishes second, and third was Karina Miss. The winner, as I mentioned, favourite at 10-9, Wainui.
Bold Actor's gone at that one. Due about 4 lengths away third from Karina Miss, 3 to Viv's Choice, but into the straight, and Chiraxis just the leader from Wainui, 6 lengths to Due. Here's the second last now. Chiraxis and Wainui jumped it together, 6 to Due, 5 lengths Karina Miss. It's Wainui ahead in front of Chiraxis as they jump the last. 5 to Due, who's battling on, but Wainui got the upper hand now as they come onto the course proper. Drew 2 lengths in front of Chiraxis, about 6 to Due, and Karina Miss running on. But Wainui's coming away and is going to score a good win. Wainui by about 3 or 4 lengths. Chiraxis second. Going to be a battle for third. Karina Mist finishing best is going to get up and run third, just in front of Due. 8 or 10 lengths to Viv's Choice. A long gap, Tandemi.
Now to race 4, and the winner was Eureka Gold, starting at 8-1. A little too good for Sweet and Fast, the favourite at 3-1. But Sweet and Fast didn't have a great deal of luck. Comes home strongly from a long way back, was back near the rear of the field coming to the home turn, but motors home at the end, probably a little bit unlucky. Count Ajax third.
And they were followed by New Crop, about 3 or 4 lengths. Eureka Gold, who can't go with them, as they swing into the straight, and Firetron further back with Sweet and Fast second last, and last Worry Symbol. In the straight, Mersey Star kicked clear, but Count Ajax got the run and has bolted up to it at the 300. They're about 2 or 3 lengths in front of Politico, followed by Credenza, and Sweet and Fast coming through with a good run. And Count Ajax got clear. He's had to go for the whip. They're swamping him. Here's Politico grabbing him, and out wider is coming home very fast Eureka Gold, and Eureka Gold's flashed up the win. Eureka Gold's won it, nearly a dead heat for second. Sweet and Fast and Count Ajax, and Bit of a Snob came home quickly next.
Now to race 5, the Sandown Country Cup, and this is the one where Michael Clark falls from Aldith. In the last 10 yards of the race, he had it won, was going to go on and score, but then Aldith pig-rooted, and he dislodged Michael Clark. Clark sliding down the near side of the horse, but hanging on as the horse went over the line. Let's have a look at the replay, and then we'll show it to you again in slow motion.
Little Tipsy going round the outside. Royal Asset trying to follow it from Sunny Joe, and Kisha trying to get through in the centre. Into the straight, 400 to go. Joy's Mantle took the lead from Emerald River, and they're 2 lengths in front of Go Better under the whip. Next is Aldith, Kaza Calm, and then came Abominable. Regal Lord trying to get through. Kisha winding up on the outside from Little Tipsy. 200 to go, and Joy's Mantle broke clear, but Aldith is grabbing it quickly now. Here's Battle Sovereign and Kisha down the outside. It's Aldith getting to the lead, out wide on the track. Kisha coming after it. It's still Aldith in front. Kisha, oh, he's nearly fallen. He's fallen off Aldith. Kisha's won it out wide from Battle Sovereign, and Aldith, it's run a place, Aldith, although the boy's fallen off. He started to fall off 20 metres from the line. He's come off 20 metres past, and I reckon it's still run a place, Aldith. The others, I've missed the run on, of course, with that unusual incident. Emerald River was one of the last home with Royal Asset. It's still Aldith in front.
There you can see the boy falling off Aldith, hanging on grimly to its neck as they hit the line, but out wide, Kisha beating Aldith and Battle Sovereign finishing third. Now to race 6, and the winner here, Little Coll, starting the favourite at 2-1, beating Gold Privilege, and Captain Cormoran finishes third.
Then Tradition well back with Pride of Sapphire and Alder Way. Forbidden Favours joined again by Little Coll, who went up on the inside around the turn. Out 3 deep is Gold Privilege, and then Captain Comran pulled to the outside from Emelinsky, and then came Magic Gull. In the straight, it's Forbidden Favours and Little Coll the inside. Gold Privilege is going as well as both of them, and Captain Comran coming down the outside. Little Coll got to the front with 100 to go from Gold Privilege and Captain Comran, but Gold Privilege won't give in. Went up the Little Coll at the 100. It's Little Coll just in front. He's holding Gold Privilege now, and Little Coll's drawing away on the line to win a length to Gold Privilege. Captain Comran, a good run third, followed by Forbidden Favours.
Now to race 7, and the winner was Caramelise, starting at 3 to 1, beating Vincentino, and third was Hydel. Past the Tempo, the unplaced favourite here at 5 to 2.
Near the turn now, Merrycord, 3 parts still to Gordon Grove, a length to Wild Strike. Dusky Joy's gone up around the outside now, and then Vina Rock badly needing a run, followed then by Passatempo, called on for its effort, and Caramelise further back in the field. In the straight, Gordon Grove grabbed by Wild Strike, who's dashed to the lead. Dusky Joy coming after it from Vicentino. Gordon Grove's battling back. Vicentino's got up on the fence, and wider out Dusky Joy and Hydel the centre. It's Wild Strike just in front. Hydel is tackling it, and here's Caramelise coming hard. Vicentino over on the rails, and Hydel fighting it out. Caramelise getting them, and Caramelise is going to come home strongly and win. A mightily improved effort to score by 3/4 of a length from Vicentino. Close for third, Dusky Joy and Hydel from...
Now to the last race of the day, and the winner here was Arctic Wolf, heavily back from 4 to 1 into start at 2 to 1 in favourite, and beats Carrying Bush Lady and Priceless Prue third.
Starting to improve now, Heart Lass losing ground, and then Carrying Bush Lady going into the picture from Enigma. Golden Ales is further back in the field at this stage, and they were followed further back again by Reckless Spirit. Into the straight they race now, and here quickly going up on the outside, Arctic Wolf has dashed to the lead, the top weight, raced away about 2 lengths in front of Glittering Prize, Perfect Dignity, and now Skyrunner, both running on well, and then Enigma. Arctic Wolf at the 200, about 2.5 clear of Carrying Bush Lady, who's got a run on the rails. Arctic Wolf starting to stop, Carrying Bush Lady pegging it back. Arctic Wolf hanging onto the lead with 50 to go, however, and Arctic Wolf's going on to win. It's too strong. Arctic Wolf wins it from Carrying Bush Lady. Is a good battle there for third placing just behind those horses. Priceless.
Okay, now to the TAB information from the meeting yesterday at Sandown. Winning combination in the treble. 6, 10 and 5, Eureka Gold, Kisha and Caramelise. The treble paying $231.95 and the double $24.95. It was the amount of stages to win very easily. And the shock of the day was the rank failure of Emancipation in the all-age stakes. Admittedly, she did miss the kick. That fire just wasn't there in the straight with Emancipation. She failed to produce her best over the final stages, and she raced disappointingly. The opening event of the day, and Neville Begg trifected this race when he was successful with Glory there. It was a win to Ron Quinton. Second was More Talk, and third, Cashmere Queen.
4 behind a Royal Eclipse there in company with Blossom Park. Well back is Chives in company with Lavender Bell. They're homeward bound, and More Talk on the inside is just leading from Cashmere Queen. The other Begg representative going up on the inside. Glory there getting a beautiful split, and Dear Diane taken 4 wide, and 2 lengths to Special Charm coming to the distance, and on the inside it's Glory there now putting a head in front from More Talk. The other Begg representative in third position, Cashmere Queen clear of Dear Diane, but Neville Beggar's got a trifecta. The first Glory there is coming away from More Talk and Cashmere Queen, and Glory there bolts in. Glory there about 4.5 lengths to More Talk and Cashmere Queen from Dear Diane.
The second event of the day, the winner here was Caissiere beating Daybreak Lover. This is a tricky finish. It shocked everyone. Most people thought that the Queenslander Daybreak Lover had just held on, but Caissiere got the decision, beating Daybreak Lover by a nose, and keepers a pretty unlucky third.
And Wider El Barco followed by Read All About It, and French Tippers over on the inside, and Crawford's out now. But as they travel towards the 250, and Daybreak Lover in front now from Caissiere coming at it. In third position, a length away, French Tipper, Mystic Mahal dropping off. It's Caissiere on the outside now, a half length on Daybreak Lover, battling on well. Running home fast is Keepers. Daybreak Lover fighting back on the inside of Caissiere, and Daybreak Lover looks as though it might have just won in a bobbing finish. Daybreak Lover may be from Caissiere and a tighty third Keepers, followed then by French.
Well, he certainly looked as though he'd won Daybreak Lover, but the photo finish showed that Caissiere on the outside had just nosed him out. The third race in the winner here was Tandrio, beating Playful Prince, and third Noble Heights. Noble Heights the favourite at 7-2.
Prince Tandrio second, Rhinestone third, and then Noble Heights, Noble Connection, followed by Gypsy Miss Elroy, then Bachelor's Purse, Lady Eula, followed by Be My Guest at the 250, and Playful Prince still in front, about 3/4 of a length on Tandrio. Noble Heights on the outside in third position, followed by Elroy. Playful Prince now being claimed by Tandrio on the outside. It's Tandrio doing better than Playful Prince. Noble Heights in third position and Tandrio coming away. Tandrio goes on to beat Playful Prince, third Noble Heights, fourth was Elroy.
Now to race 4, the All-Age Stakes, and despite the disappointment of Emancipation, I think we're inclined to just forget the grand performance by the winner, Rare Form. He races away from them over the final stages, scores an outstanding win. He is likely to come to Brisbane for some of our big races during the Winter Carnival here, and he's going to be a threat in some of the big races up here. Rare Form winning the All-Age Stakes, beating More Mink, Ideal Planet third, and Emancipation finishing fifth, the favourite at 3-1 on.
Rare Form scooting up on the inside. Now Emancipation is starting to make up some ground, spearing through between horses from Wellington Road, More Mink, and then Farewell Chime, Foregone Conclusion. Latins Will, followed by Our Town, getting well out of its ground, and so too is Lord Mop as they travel onto the first corner with Hussar's Command 3 deep back last. Around the bend at the 1,000, and the leader is Ideal Planet now from Cobra. Razor Sharp third on the rail. A length and a quarter to Desire Royal, one to Rare Form, Emancipation the outside, and 3 deep is Lance Lotto. A length and a quarter away next on the inside is More Mink over Wellington Road, then Foregone Conclusion, Farewell Chime. A length the Latins Will, Hussar's Command, Our Town second last, and Lord Mop is last. 700 from home in the All-Age Stakes, and Ideal Planet in front by nearly 2 lengths, Razor Sharp. Cobra third on the outside, about 2 further lengths away. Next on the inside is Rare Form, then Tsar Royal, a couple to More Mink, Emancipation on the outside, 2 then to Lance Lotto, Wellington Road, Farewell Chime, Hussar's Command, Foregone Conclusion, Our Town, Lord Mop, and Latins Will. Into the straight they travel. Quinton hooking to the extreme outside on Emancipation. She's still about 5 from the leader, Ideal Planet, and as they travel to the 200, Rare Form's after Ideal Planet, Emancipation not picking them up. Rare Form dash to the lead from Ideal Planet, followed by on the outside Razor Sharp, Emancipation doing nothing, but Rare Form is streaking away. More Mink, the stablemate, moving to second, but it's Rare Form blitzing them. Rare Form from More Mink and Ideal Planet, and then came Farewell Chime, Razor.
Now to race 5, the Hallmark Stakes, and Toy Pindarri, after its win yesterday, is Brisbane bound, coming up here for our Winter Carnival. Toy Pindarri going away to score quite easily at the end, beating Prince Harvey, who ran on gamely, and the early leader, Velvet Rocket, knocking up to finish third.
Royal together again, and Tempestuous retired from the race into the stretch. On top of the rise now, and Velvet Rocket in front, a half length on Toy Pindarri, throwing down the gauntlet to the other grey. Prince Harvey's running a good race. He's a length and a half third. Toy Pindarri now moves up to claim Velvet Rocket. Toy Pindarri about a long neck to a half length clear on Velvet Rocket. A length and a half to Prince Harvey, but Toy Pindarri starting to gain the upper hand. Prince Harvey will go to second, clear of Velvet Rocket, but Toy Pindarri notches up the hat-trick. Toy Pindarri has beaten Prince Harvey and Velvet Rocket, then Sibley's reviewed.
Race 6, the big one of the day, the Sydney Cup, and it was won by Veloso. He's been in a little bit of trouble trying to break through in a major race, Veloso. He's recorded many placings in major races, and he got his just rewards when he was able to win the Sydney Cup, and he did it in great style too, careering away over the final stages to win by a big space, beating Secured Deposit and Fountain Court third, the favourite Tresaro at 9-2.
Next on the inside is Tresaro. Amaranth pushed along to try and pick up the bit. A length and a half then to Gala Mascot, Lost Valley, Astral in Gurner's Lane is second last, and 3 lengths to Baldoon. The Sydney Cup field makes their way down the side, and over the crossing at the 800, Il Rubino takes over from Spring Moss. A length Secured Deposit, followed by Veloso, 1.5 Fountain Court, 3/4 then Bianco Lady, followed by Tresaro, and then comes Amarad, and a gap to Gala Mascot as the field is beginning to bunch up, coming to the corner, where here Secured Deposit is the leader. Spring Moss has given up very, very quickly, and as they travel around the bend, the leader is Secured Deposit, about a half to 3/4 of a length Veloso. Fountain Court is hooked around the 2 leaders' heels. Then comes Bianco Lady, and right down the outside, Gurner's Lane, followed by Amarad. Veloso's taken the lead with 300 to go in the Cup. Veloso kicks a length and a half. Secured Deposit in third place, Fountain Court, who can't reach them, followed at the head of the others by Gurner's Lane, but Veloso, he's streaking away. The Sydney Cup is Veloso's. Veloso 4 in front from Secured Deposit, Gurner's Lane and Fountain Court going over for third. Probably Fountain Court will get the minor, but Veloso...
A very easy win to Veloso, continuing the great run the 3-year-olds are having in the Sydney Cup. It seems to be an ideal race for them. The 7th event, and the winner here was our Fable, beating Making Eyes, and Nyambin finishes 3rd. The unplaced favourite here, Grill Room, who started at 15-4. Here's the replay now.
Rilo hanging badly and straightens up and is sacrificed about a length by erratic running. Our Fable burst up on the inside ahead between the Making Eyes and then Nyambin, followed by Double Copy, Grill Room and Scorpio. Our Fable right up against the inside is the leader. Making Eyes having a crack at her, a length and a half. Nyambin, Grill Room and the others can't win. It's a race into Our Fable and Making Eyes. Our Fable going home better at the moment. Yes, it's Our Fable forging away, and after a slow start, a good game effort. Our Fable's raced home to beat Making Eyes.
The 8th race of the day, and Johnson successful here on Chiamare, starting at 13-4, beating Sunnyvale. And Forward Charge finishes 3rd. Northern Reward, the favourite, pretty disappointing, really. He was up in a nice, handy position most of the way, but he doesn't do much in the straight. He started at 11-8.
And the last two are Mr. Jazz and Return of Taj around the corner. And Chiamare just in front, a half length on So Good. Sunnyvale 3rd, followed by Northern Reward on the outside, and a gap into Forward Charge and 2 Admiral Lincoln. Chiamare accelerating at the 250. It's Chiamare by 2 Sunnyvale. Then So Good, Northern Reward making no headway, followed by Forward Charge, but Chiamare, he's in no danger. Chiamare 3 Sunnyvale, Forward Charge moving into 3rd position, but Chiamare's untroubled and wins the Packer Plate very, very easily.
Now to the last race of the day, and the winner here was Dashing Solitaire. He looked as though he was going to be in trouble when Lord of Persia went to him pretty quickly, about 100 metres out. And Lord of Persia looked as though he'd edge away and beat Dashing Solitaire, but right on the line, Dashing Solitaire was able to kick again and get the decision by a half head. Top of the pack, the unplaced favourite, 13-8.
Then neared Prince Murat. Second last, My Problem and Imperial Rain brings up the rear. They're homeward bound. At the 400, Dashing Solitaire leading Domino. Prince Tatnam under the whip, 3rd, followed by Lord of Persia. And then Just for Tristram on top of the pack, the widest horses. They come to the distance at the 200. And the leader is Dashing Solitaire. Lord of Persia is coming out after it now, followed by Prince Tatnam and then Domino. But Lord of Persia raced up to Dashing Solitaire. Lord of Persia, Dashing Solitaire kicking and kicking the better. And Dashing Solitaire fights on gamely to win the last from Lord of Persia. 3rd home was Prince Tatnam, followed in...
Now the TAB information from the meeting yesterday in Sydney. Winning combination for the double and treble. It was 3-11-3, Toy Pindarri, Veloso and Chiamare. 17.40 the double and $36.75 for the treble. And the extra double, 10 and 10, Our Fable and Dashing Solitaire, $39.45. That was the program. Packs beat Vacuum, but then the jockey of Vacuum called for the photo finish of the race before he'd weigh in and actually let the stewards declare correct weight. He was obviously of the opinion that he'd won the race, but he was satisfied after he'd viewed the photo that the other horse had won it, and that he had. Hot Tax beating Vacuum, and 3rd in was Captain Midas, with the winner starting at 3-1. The unplaced favourite was Zama Lad, who started at 2-1, and he fell during the running of the race.
But Hot Tax looks to be a little stronger than Captain Midas on the turn. They've got 400 to go and 1 to jump, and now Hot Tax drew away 2 lengths. Vacuum went up to 2nd, Captain Midas battling on 3rd. Hot Tax the leader, Vacuum under the whip on the outside. The boy on Hot Tax continually looks around. He's only a length in front at the last. Here it is. He jumped it all right, a length to Vacuum, who's trying hard on the outside. Vacuum gradually getting to Hot Tax. There's going to be nothing in it. Oh, nearly a dead heat. Maybe Hot Tax, but there's not an inch in it. Hot Tax the rails, Vacuum the outer. 2 lengths to Captain Midas. A good display.
Well, Hot Tax got that photo there, beating Vacuum, and 3rd was Captain Midas. Now to the 2nd race, and there was an enormous plunge in this race with Kapalua firming from 66-1 into started 3-1. And punters were still snapping up that 3-1 when they jumped. They probably shouldn't have, because it finished down the line. Pride of Kalina wins the race, beating Swabian Prince and Macmaster 3rd.
Kalina 2 to Macmaster and Danish Saint. Swabian Prince running Pride of Kalina off the track. Pride of Kalina's coming home the better. I think it's joined it. It's Pride of Kalina putting the head in front of Swabian Prince near the line, and Pride of Kalina has won it about a head, ducked in, but Highland grabbed it. Ahead to Swabian Prince, Macmaster 3rd, Danish Saint.
The 3rd race, and the winner here was Bullion Broker, beating Dallinger. And the favourite, Check the Deck, finishes 3rd. Check the Deck started at 3-1, and he was the favoured runner. But Bullion Broker, a little too good for them, going on to score quite easily at the end by about 4 lengths.
Happy Road had gone up with Bullion Broker on the outside, and they've joined Dallinger 3 in line. 2.5 lengths to Check the Deck. Bullion Broker's going better than the other 2 at the moment, and then came Safe Breaker. Bullion Broker led 3 parts of a length round the corner from Happy Road under pressure, and on the inside of those horses, then Dallinger from Check the Deck. But Bullion Broker burst away halfway up the
straight, and it's drawing away to a big win. Bullion Broker is going to win easily by about 2.5 lengths. Dellinger's battling on, will run second. Third, Check the Deck, just beat Happy Road, and they were followed further back along the inside.
Race 4 of the day, and the favourite successful here, Perfect Bliss. Raced outside of the leader, Coll, to the home turn. Looked to be going a lot better than Coll, but then took a little while to get away from Coll. Over the final stages, went on to win quite clearly by a length or a length and a half. Perfect Bliss starting at 9-4, beating Coll, and Carlton Edition third.
Moore's Delight dropping out of it from Lady Midhurst under the whip. Coll and Perfect Bliss together. He hasn't moved on Perfect Bliss. A length to Carlton Edition 2 to use the space. Good prospects. It's Coll and Perfect Bliss straightening together. Carlton Edition looking for a way between them. Perfect Bliss got ahead in front. He had to go for the whip. Coll fighting back, but Perfect Bliss, she's a bit of good stuff this. Running off the track, but makes it 4 out of 4. Perfect Bliss wins by about a length and a quarter. Second was Coll, and next to Carlton Edition third.
Race 5 and the winner here, Blue Vein, starting at 4-1, leading all the way. Had plenty of weight, but Michael Clark made a good thing of it when he kicked Blue Vein well clear on the home turn, and the horse went on to score by about 2.5 lengths, beating Niagara Star. Diamond White third, and the favourite Skipton Town never really in it. Skipton Town finishing well down the line and starting at 11-4.
The outside, Skipton Town looked pretty hopeless. On the corner, Reformed Rogue and Blue Vein. Blue Vein's travelled very well. Niagara Star's out now and out after it on the outside, and they were followed by Opal Sun, but Blue Vein beat off Reformed Rogue. Out wide of Niagara Star, Diamond White running on well, but might be too late, and Blue Vein scooted away in the 100-metre mark, and it's got it won. Blue Vein goes on to win it well, scores by about 2.5 lengths. Good battle for second. Niagara Star second, a half head to Diamond White third. From
Race 6 and the winner is Beach Boy. He's heading to Brisbane again. He's been here the last few years. He ran third in the Rothmans 100,000 here last year behind Ideal Planet and Grey Receiver, and he's coming up again. He scores a good win here. Beach Boy beating Tilapia and Holsam third. The favourite, another disappointing effort here, and this time by Penny Edition, who started at 4-1 after tightening in from 5s.
From Battle Sovereign, Centricity's labouring a little bit and coming around them, Holsam, and then 2 lengths to Crosseen. Beach Boy got clear at the 300, a length in front of Twig. Penny Edition's hard at it. Tilapia's going to be the danger if it gets a run, and they're followed by Holsam. Beach Boy led into the straight. Tilapia's got out. It's the danger. 2 lengths to Twig, and then came Holsam. It's Beach Boy in front. Tilapia trying to peg it back, is gradually making ground. Beach Boy, however, is hanging on. He's fighting back determinedly on the inside, and Beach Boy is going to win. Scores a length or so from Tilapia. Third, Holsam just in front of Crosseen. Twig.
Race 7, a pretty good finish this one between Arctic Eclipse and Bidston Hall. Bidston Hall loomed up to Arctic Eclipse halfway down the straight and looked likely to win at that stage. But Arctic Eclipse near the inside fights back gamely, regains the lead close to the line and wins it by a head. The equal favourites Niago King and Dance Boy, they run second last and last.
But still giving them a big start. With 400 to go, Arctic Eclipse on the outside. Captain Adios the rails, 2 lengths to Bidston Hill. 3 lengths away, What a Secret. Raw Ricky Rose, followed then by Aruda. And next is Fiddleback. But on the turn, and Arctic Eclipse just in front of Bidston Hill and Captain Adios. They've got it between them, I think, 4 lengths to Raw Ricky Rose. Halfway down the straight, they're very tired. Arctic Eclipse just got its head in front. Bidston Hill's grabbing at the outside. Bidston Hill's coming home better. Bidston Hill about a head in front of Arctic Eclipse. They're walking. Arctic Eclipse fights back, and it's got up again. Wow. Arctic Eclipse has got up and won at a half head to Bidston Hill.
Race 8 and the winner here, Lady Plantis at 14-1. Reckless Duke second, and third was Italian Verdict. Dynamo, the favourite, at 5-2. He raced up to be fairly prominent coming to the home turn, but he was immediately under pressure, and he never really looked a winning chance from the corner on. And Lady Plantis, after being in front from the jump, scores a good all-the-way win.
Winter Prince losing ground from Loyal and True and Super Modern. 400 to go. Lady Plutus doing a good job in front. Still 2 lengths in front of Reckless Duke. The others are struggling to get to it. A length further back then came in third position Italian Verdict. Dynamo can't go on with it. Steady On held up for a run, and then Winter Prince, but into the straight. They've got to get the little lady. Lady Plutus cornered 2 in front of Reckless Duke, holding it safely at bay. The others are only struggling, and Lady Plutus has got it won from Reckless Duke and Italian Verdict, and Lady Plutus leads all the way to win by 2 lengths. Reckless Duke second. Third in the race was Italian Verdict just in front of Steady On.
The final race of the day, Cardinals Fury, the winner here, starting 3-1 in favourite. And he put the issue beyond doubt coming to the home turn when he skipped away from them and established a winning break at that point. Painted Version second, Supreme Spring third, but they were never in the race really with Cardinal's Fury.
Gypsy Minstrel to the outside, followed by Gleaming Waters and then Mr. Magic Gypsy. Cardinal's Fury raced 2 in front, coming to the turn, 300 to go. Painted Version's out after it now and starting to come home pretty strongly. In second place looked the only danger. Then Supreme Spring, Mum's Pride, Honey Behold, the rest can't win, but Cardinal's Fury, he's bolted away 4 in front. Painted Version trying hard on the outside. Cardinal's Fury clear halfway down the straight, and Bobby keeps him going and he wins it well. Cardinal's Fury by more than 2 lengths. Painted Version second. Third, Supreme Spring from Mum's Pride.
Now the TAB information from the meeting at Moonee Valley. Winning combination, double and treble, 1-3-11, Blue Vein, Beach Boy, Lady Plotus. The double paid $93.50 and the treble $548.10. And that was the meeting yesterday at Moonee Valley in Melbourne. Cook doubles to Mild Plum and a winning treble to one of the all-time greats, Mel Shoemaker. First event of the day, Prince Consul, ridden by Graham Cook, starting the favourite at 3-1, and a nice ride by Graham 2, beating Nabe, and a Dahlia Dream finishes third.
Still hard ridden, then Nabe, Ming Dior, Rio Passo's dropped out of it quickly, then Whitsun and Fur Coat. Coming onto the home turn, Star Mascot just in front of a Dahlia Dream as they come around the bend. Prince Consul now switching across the heels of these leaders. He's coming up 3 deep to tackle them now. Followed then by Narcoma, Carlingford, then Nabe, who's going for a run in the middle. Not much room at the moment. Prince Consul loomed up at the 250 to go to the lead. It's Prince Consul just in front of a Dahlia Dream. Nabe into the clear now, battling on fairly well. Then Star Mascot and Narcoma. But Prince Consul got clear with 100 metres to go. He's going to break through today, Prince Consul, and push right out by Cook. Prince Consul's too good for them in the run to the line, and he goes on to win it by 3 lengths. Prince Consul first.
There's a real rails-hugging ride in the middle stages of the race by Graham. He came around those leaders just as they straightened up, and he gives him a few cuts with the whip over the final stages to get him to go to the line, and he's responding, Prince Consul. He's going on to win and win quite well. He was well supported too. Bookmakers bet as much as 9-2 about his chances, and he tightened in to start the favourite at 3-1 and break through finally for that well-deserved win. The second event of the winner here was Fair Rise, ridden by Gavin Duffy, starting the favourite at 2-1. He just holds on to beat Crusade. He shot clear on the home turn. Looked as though he'd go on and score pretty easily, but Crusade really puts it on him over the final stages.
Home turn, 450 to go. Ayatia Row is a length in front of Fair Rise. Crusade third on the inside, followed by Music Maestro, then Daring Dancer, Del Sonic to the outside. Here's Fair Rise looming up on the outside of Ayatia Row as they straighten up. Fair Rise is just in front of Ayatia Row. Crusade running on fairly well, then Music Maestro, Del Sonic and Chance Always. Fair Rise in front, Crusade cutting him down. Fair Rise a half length in front of Crusade. Duffy's gone for the whip on the favourite. Fair Rise just in front of Crusade. Fair Rise, Crusade, Fair Rise in front as they hit the line, and Fair Rise wins it by a head. Fair Rise first, Crusade second.
Now the side-on shot over the final stages. You see Duffy riding very hard with the whip on Fair Rise. Crusade will come at him in a few moments. Fair Rise in front, Crusade getting to him close to home, but the post just a little bit too close for Crusade, and Fair Rise held on to win in a photo there, beating Crusade, and third was Chance Always. Here's the winner returning to scale now, and here's the winning trainer, John Size.
Fair Rise was third the other day, and a lot of people said he was a bit disappointing. What did you think about his run when he was a beaten favourite?
Yeah, I thought the run was ordinary on the soft track, but Duffy said he didn't handle it very well in on the fence at Eagle Farm, and he sort of made some sort of excuse for him, and he thought he'd race better today.
Any plans for him for the Winter Carnival?
No plans for him in the Winter Carnival, just try and pick up some weak handicaps.
Third race in the winner was Lord Seaman, ridden by Mel Shoemaker. First of 3 for Mel at Doomben yesterday. Lord Seaman beating Chief Warrior. And third was White Ant. And he's a Warrior, finishes 4th in the race. Here's the replay. We'll pick them up right from the start.
Back shortly after the start with What a Century and Silver Freight. And Eureka getting back also. Indian Express is going quickly to take the lead, but immediately dropped back onto the bit, and he's looking for a pacemaker by the looks of it. Chief Warrior now running up to second. There's no speed on. Moving up to third, Sweet Reclaim on the outside of He's a Warrior. Old English fifth on the rails, a length and a half to Silver Fray. Then White Ant, Kirai King caught a little bit wide back. Second last, What a Century, and Eureka last. Still no speed on as they run to the 850. Indian Express a length in front of Chief Warrior, who settled beautifully in second place. Old English third. A hit away fourth on the outside at this stage, Sweet Reclaim, and then He's a Warrior of the centre, Silver Fray, Lord Seaman. He's back midfield, just a little worse than midfield, Lord Seaman at the moment. Then Kirai King, White Ant, What a Century, and Eureka down the side, 600 metres out. Indian Express a length in front of Chief Warrior, Old English third the inside, picking up ground now, He's a Warrior. On the outside, Sweet Reclaim, and then Silver Fray. Lord Seaman running into it gainly, followed by White Ant and Kirai King around the bend, 400 metres to go. Indian Express straightens up a half length in front of Chief Warrior. He's a Warrior to the outside, then Old English. Coming right down the outside, Lord Seaman with a good run. Chief Warrior moved up to take the lead, 200 metres to go. Lord Seaman, he's a Warrior, trying hard to get to Chief Warrior. Chief Warrior just in front. Lord Seaman's wearing him down now. White Ant, and he's a Warrior battling on well. Lord Seaman takes the lead close to home, and Lord Seaman's got up to beat Chief Warrior. Close for third, White Ant or he's a Warrior. Followed in then by Silver Freya.
A very good run by Lord Seaman. He came from a long way back and he finishes powerfully over the final stages. Chief Warrior in front, he's a Warrior at the centre. Lord Seaman getting to them on the outside. White Ant didn't have a great deal of room over the concluding stages there. He finishes third in the race, White Ant, but Lord Seaman too good and going on to score, beating the favourite Chief Warrior. Chief Warrior starting at 11-4. Then Shoemaker coming back into the enclosure. We're able to catch up with Mel shortly after the
Mel, that
weigh.
was your first ride on Lord Seaman today. What do you think of him as a horse?
I think he's the makings of a pretty fair horse. He, up today, I hadn't ridden him, and watching him on film, and today's run, he's very, very consistent. He keeps racing the same every time he goes round, and the horse is definitely improving, you know.
Settled in midfield in the run.
Well, I jumped very well, and I could have been up with the lead had I dug him up, and I didn't want to do that, so I wanted to race about midfield, and actually I've probably got a little bit worse in midfield because they all raced in a bunch. And I just had to wait then. I just said, oh, well, something might take me forward, come to the turn, because I didn't want to go until we straightened. Well, as we started to straighten up, I came out on him. Well, then he just changed into another gear, and he's won the race, had the race won 100 yards out.
The fourth event of the day was won by Haley's Hope, ridden by Graham Cook, starting an odds-on favourite. And she's now headed for some of the big three-year-old classics during the Winter Carnival, starting off with the Bernard Power Stakes, and then after that the Channel 7 Stakes, and then to the Oaks at Eagle Farm. She cruises up to them pretty easily, coming to the home turn in this race, Haley's Hope. But Graham had to put her under a little bit of pressure over the final stages to get her to go to the line.
Takes the lead, Tanzoom just in front of Nidui. Haley's Hope on the outside, great choice, going for a run in the middle. Not much room there at the moment. Haley's Choice out after Tanzoom, 200 metres to go. Haley's Hope on the outside has moved up to go to the lead. Haley's Hope just in front of Tanzoom. Great Choice running on fairly well, but it's Haley's Hope in front going to the post, and she's too good for them. Haley's Hope first by 3/4 of a length. Great Choice second, third Tanzoom, then Nidui, followed by Dutch Connection, Tatum Cheat.
That's Tanzoom on the inside. Haley's Hope going to Tanzoom pretty quickly. Haley's Hope taking the lead. Great Choice making up ground over the final stages. Graham just dropping his hands close to home on Haley's Hope, and she proved too good for them. Haley's Hope winning the money, beating Great Choice, and Tanzoom in third place. The Todman Flying Handicap, and the winner here was Grand Rocky, returning to something like his best form. He's been out of the winning list for some time, but he looked pretty good the way that he went to the line yesterday, really scooting away from them over the last 100 metres of the race.
Line's fairly good. They're racing now, and King Kaka began quickly. Rock Show getting back shortly after the start with Over the Moor, Our Caramelise and Going Strong, both going very fast in the early stages. Grand Series began well. He's about sixth, only about 3 lengths off the lead on settling down and going up a bit wide. Gaelic, Our Caramelise the leader, 1.5 lengths in front of Gaelic. On the outside of Going Strong, King Kaka fourth, the inside, a half length to Grand Series, followed by Cloverbook and then Grand Rocky, Baker Man, Sunset Affair getting back with Over the Moor, and Rock Show was last. Down the side, 700 metres out, Our Caramelise held up in front, leads by a half length on Gaelic, 2 lengths then to Grand Series, picking up ground on the outside of Going Strong, then King Kaka, Grand Rocky, Cloverbrook, Baker Man, followed by Sunset Affair, then Over the Moor and last Rock Show onto the home turn, 450 out. Our Caramelise doing it easily as they swing around the bend. She's 1.5 lengths clear of Gaelic. Grand Series to the outside, running on fairly well, then Going Strong. Grand Rocky to the extreme outside, and then Cloverbrook and King Kaka. Our Caramelise in front, 250 to go. Grand Series and Grand Rocky on the outsides coming home gamely. Our Caramelise just in front. Grand Rocky's gone to it pretty quickly. Grand Rocky loomed up to take the lead from Our Caramelise, and then Grand Series, but he's spearing right away, Grand Rocky, and Grand Rocky goes on to win it easily. Grand Rocky first, tied second and third, Baker Man or Our Caramelise. Rock Show, what a run him. He's finished.
Very good run by Rock Show. He came from last on the home turn. He was motoring home at the end. He wasn't suited by the 1,200 metres. Grand Rocky looking pretty good at the end there, going right away from him, showing plenty of acceleration that last 100 yards there, and he went away to win by more than 3 lengths, but a very good run by the fourth horse, Rock Show, who made up plenty of ground. There's the winner coming back into the enclosure, and here now is the winning jockey, Miles Plum.
Miles, Grand Rocky was a fair way off the lead in the middle part. Were you ever worried?
No, I wasn't concerned. The horse, he likes to race coming from back in the field, and at 3.5 from home he started to pick up the bit and move forward quite comfortably.
And when did you think he was a winning chance?
Oh, coming to the home turn, he moved up behind him, cruising.
That was only his second run since a spell now. He ran 8th the other day at Eagle Farm, but did you think he'd run a better race today?
Yes, I thought he would. He was a shade big the other day. There were a few excuses, so I thought he'd run a lot better race.
And do you think he can keep on winning, say, in better company?
I couldn't see why not. He's always been a very promising horse. He's just had his fair share of bad luck, that's all.
Race 6, the Biscay Handicap, was won by Safe Ashura. We'll be back to have a look at that right after this. Warbron third.
Warbron, picking up Grand Sato Robin and then Valorous on the outside, Claudella. For the back, Mount Biscay, Poto Dream and Limeway last. Around the bend now, 450 out. And it's Safe Ashore, the first to come around the corner. He's a length and a half in front of Spark of Life to take her on the outside. Then Warbron. He's flashed next, followed by Claudella on the extreme outside. Safe Ashore in front, 250 to go. He leads by a length and a half. Spark of Life running second. Claudella to take her down the outside. Then Warbron. Safe Ashore still clear. He's 2 in front of Spark of Life. Then Claudella followed by Warbron. But it's the favourite in front. Safe Ashore. He leads by a length. Spark of Life trying hard to get to him on the outside. Safe Ashore in front, drawing to the line and wins it by a neck. Safe Ashore first. Second home, Spark of Life.
Safe Ashore in front. Mel just riding him along handsome. Here's that's Warbron in the blue and white behind him. Spark of Life with that white face on the outside. Very good run in the race by Limeway. He made up plenty of ground over the concluding stages, coming from last on the corner to run up into about 5th place at the end. But Safe Ashore, the 5-4 favourite, too strong for them. The CDS Graduation, race 7. And Serene Habit, she gets up to win in a close finish, but she would have been something beaten had she been beaten, because she was held up for a run at a crucial stage of the race.
Right. Racing now. Cafe Coll was a little slow to get going. Shursui Bell began fairly well. Stars and Crowns and Ice Rose going quickly shortly after the start, and Sarah Gem going up into a handy position. Flash Courtier about midfield on the outside of Glendiver Witch. Puff getting back to about third last with Liaqua, and Serene Habit and Cafe Coll at the rear. On settling down at Stars and Crowns going to the lead now by a length and a half on Ice Rose. Châtain Bell running up to third, followed by Kitty's Image, who's caught deep. In between horses there was Je Suis Belle and Swift Avon is handy. She's running about 6th at the moment. Sarah Gem with her. Followed then by Ripper Risk. Over on the inside, Glendiver Witch. Further back then was Liaqua. Puff starting to pick up ground, and Cafe Coll and Serene Habit getting back to the rear. As they come down the side, 600 metres to go. Stars and Crowns just in front of Kitty's Image. A length and a half away third, Ice Rose. Followed by Sarah Gem, who's still wide, racing on the outside of Châtain Bell. Then Je Suis Belle. Followed then by Swift Avon. Ripper Risk is going around them quickly, going up into a handy position as they come to the home turn. 450 metres left to go on the leader, Stars and Crowns, as they straighten up. Kitty's Image dropping out of it. Sarah Gem at them on the right time. She's coming home gamely. Ice Rose is going for a run in the middle and getting it too. Then Swift Avon, Ripper Risk and Puff down the outside. Sarah Gem's in front, 200 metres to go. Ice Rose coming up at the inside of it to take the lead. Ice Rose just in front of Sarah Gem. Je Suis Belle getting cleared now down the outside. Here's Serene Habit rattling home. Ice Rose is just in front. Serene Habit flying the outside. They hit it. Ice Rose or Serene Habit's pretty close. Sarah Gem maybe third.
Well, a very tight Ice Rose there on the inside. Sarah Gem, Je Suis Belle getting a run. Now, Serene Habit not in camera range at this stage, but she looms up right in the shadows of the post. There she is now in those blue and orange colours, and she got up right on the line to just touch off Ice Rose and win by a nose, and Sarah Gem finishing third. Swift Avon was the unplaced favourite in the race, starting at 9-4. That winner, Serene Habit, is trained by Fred Adams.
Fred Adams has just won with Serene Habit. You didn't think you'd won, Fred?
No, I was very surprised when the photo came up.
What about when she was last early?
Well, I got a little bit worried then, you know. I didn't think she'd get back that far in the race, but as the circumstances, he had, you know, other race 5 or 6 wide, or otherwise he'd get in behind him, and when he started to grab hold of it, she got drifted back to last, you know.
She hasn't raced since the middle of March, but were you confident she'd race well
today?
Well,
I thought she could race all right. She trialled very well on Tuesday morning, you know.
And you've always had an opinion of the mare, haven't you?
Yeah, she's been a very good mare, very handy mare right throughout her career, you know.
In the last race of the day, Chiamare was able to wrap up their winning treble. He was able to bring Kinchild storming down the outside and beat the favourite Shant. Red Ned finishes third. Sean started at 7-4. He seemed to run his race in patches. He was doing his best work at the finish of the race.
As they run to the bend with Trendy Star, Mr. Harlequin and Jetalong. Around the corner now, just over 400 metres to go. Astro Cobbler in front as they straighten up. Red Ned going to him quickly on the outside. Sean's a length away in third place and hard ridden at the moment. Solo Robe on the inside. Then Aeolus, Montpellier Prince and Kinchild down the outside. Red Ned got to the front, 200 metres to go. He's a length in front. Sean trying hard. Kinchild's running on gamely. Red Ned in front. They're trying hard to pick him up. Shant and Kinchild down the outside. Red Net in front. He's stopping. Kinchild's flying. Kinchild loomed up to take the lead close to home, and Kinchild's got up to win it. Kinchild first, tied second and third. It's between Shant and Red Net. You
see Red Net in front. Shant on the outside trying hard. Kinchild right down the outside. A couple of good runs in this. Oriental Tiger, he finishes fourth. Jetalong finishes fifth. Trendy Star finishes 6th. They all made up plenty of ground, finishing just behind the place getters, but Kinchild under that big weight of 56.5 kilos, overpowering the others at the end, and Kinchild going on to beat Shant in 3rd Red Net, and as I mentioned, a winning treble to Mel Shoemaker. OK, now let's check out the TAB information as far as the double and trebles go. The winning combination there, 5, 8 and 1. Lord Seaman, Grand Rocky, Serene Habit, $73.30 the double, and the treble paid an even $469.
Plain nonsense about midfield. Rusty's Revenge getting back. A lot of speed on as they race onto the first corner, 1,000 to go. Prime Consul just in front of Claudella, Fur Bay, trapped 3 deep. Behind them on the rails in 4th place, Decimal Prince, and then Monsieur, Mime, Crowned Witness, followed by Safe Ashore, who's going up quickly, but he's right off the track. Plain Nonsense in the centre. He's cluttered up for room at the moment. Then Kauru Lad, Rusty's Revenge on the outside, picking up ground. Then Royal Ballerina, Bassania definitely right. Back second last, Bell, Tingo and Phantom Lover last, running onto the bend, 450 metres to go. Claudella just in front of Prime Consul as they straighten up to the outside, Fur Bay. Plain Nonsense looking for a run in the centre. Crown Witness running on gamely, then Decimal Prince, Safe Ashore to the extreme outside, and then Rusty's Revenge, 250 to go. Claudella headed now by Prime Consul. Plain Nonsense getting up at the inside of Decimal Prince, and then Crown Witness. Monsieur Mime on the outside with Fur Bay, but it's Prime Consul in front. Now into the clear. Plain Nonsense is rattling home. Prime Consul almost got rid of the jockey there, and Plain Nonsense moved up to take the lead close to home, and Plain Nonsense has won it. Definitely right. Flew to get second. Prime Consul 3rd. Dittman lucky to stay in the saddle. Monsieur Mime 4th.
I saw Prime Consul pig route just about the 100 metres mark, but it didn't affect the result. He was a beaten horse at the time. The second was the second Armstrong 2-year-old, and a big effort here by Vigo. He's 3 and 4 wide all the way, but powers away over the last 100 metres in a very, very impressive performance. Limeway, who struck trouble, runs on gamely for second, but well beaten, and the favourite Regal Advice was disappointing.
In front, Regal Advice going very fast with Stenmark shortly after the start. Vigo showing a lot of speed, and Rick Shard up in a handy position on settling down. Tale and Lagerfield getting back to the rear. Running onto the bend at the 1,000, not a great deal of speed on, and it's Regal Advice, the inside, a touch in front of Stenmark, going up 3 wide Vigo. Economy Flight going up 4 wide to join those leaders. A length and a half to Rick Shard, then Valorous, followed by Bless Us All. Mallow Place next, then Limeway, Aqua Copper. He began well, but couldn't go the speed at all. He's drifted back to 3rd last. Then Tale and Lagerfield down the side, 650 metres left to go. And Economy Flight is shot to the lead now by a length and a half on Regal Advice. Stenmark 3 wide at the moment, followed then by Valorous. Vigo's out 4 deep as they come around the corner. Rickshaw on the rails just behind the leading bunch, and then Mallow Place and Bless Us All as they straighten up, and Regal Advice popped the big question, loomed up to get past Economy Flight. Stenmark on the outside running on fairly well. Vigo right out in the middle of the track is winding up now. He's coming home gamely, and shortly after Vigo's loomed up to go to the lead from Regal Advice, then Stenmark running on fairly well. Valorous and then Economy Flight, but it's Vigo in front, 150 to go. He's getting away from them now, and Vigo's going away to win it very easily. He's romping to the line, and Vigo goes on to win by 3 lengths. Limeway flew to get second just in front of Regal Advice, then Valorous, Stenmark, Lagerfield, then Economy Flight, Bless Us All, Mallow Place, followed by...
Unfortunately, Vigo is not eligible for the Sires Produce Stakes, but the Rothmans Classic at the Gold Coast and the Castlemaine Stakes are going to be his winter missions. The third was the first novice, and Aquitaine scored in similar style to Vigo. She raced wide throughout, 3 and 4 wide, and she looked beaten about the 100 metres mark, but she really outstayed Count in Gold over the last 100 metres, and Yutney makes up good ground in the last 200 metres or so to get third.
Great Choice is going very fast shortly after the start. Great March didn't begin all that well. He's about midfield, but getting a nice run up along the inside in the early stages. Going fast towards the lead too was Tricateur, and Aquitaine's up handy with Blue Sector. On settling down now with just short of 1,200 metres to go, and it's Tricateur going to the lead from Call Me Hot. Montpellier Prince steady to be third, then Aquitaine, who's caught 4 wide. Blue Sector and Great Choice in between them, followed by Great March. He's got back to about 7th on the inside, then Count in Gold. Silver Hastings has caught a little wide at this stage. Jet Along in between horses, then Châtain Bell, Little Mimi, followed by Own Prince. A long way back Yutney, and dropping to the rear was Stylish Knight. Down the side now, 750 to go, and the leader Tricateur. He's clear, a length and a half on Blue Sector and Aquitaine. Over on the inside at this stage, a little bit of trouble there. Call Me Hot just had to be checked. Picking up ground, no favours on the outside of Great Choice. Then Jet Along, who lost his position. Count in Gold now making up ground, and Great March is well back in the field as they straighten up. Aquitaine loomed up quickly on the outside as they turn for home, and Aquitaine's just in front of Blue Sector. Tricateur over on the inside. Great Choice coming home strongly on the extreme outside now is Count in Gold. Oh, Great March almost fell. He almost came down. Aquitaine's in front, but tackled held quickly by Count in Gold. Count in Gold loomed over the outside of Aquitaine. Count in Gold and Aquitaine, they're going to fight it out. Yutney and Silver Hastings coming home strongly. Aquitaine's kicking again on the inside. Aquitaine's just in front as they hit the line, and Aquitaine wins it by a neck. Aquitaine first, Count in Gold second, Yutney third, then Silver Hastings, Montpellier Prince, followed by...
Aquitaine may run in the Channel 7 Stakes next Saturday and certainly will line up in the Queensland Oaks in a fortnight. The fourth was the 4X Light Transition, the first of a winning treble to Gavin Duffy when he scored on Red Ned. Beautifully ridden, settled him just behind the pace and dashed clear just after straightening and was too strong for Sarah Gem, who battled on well, and Charles Heidsick, the Sydney sider, ran third, and I think he may be an improver.
Again very quickly, and Stain Lewin without authority showing speed shortly after the start with Red Ned, and Pay the Butler going up very fast with Brilliant Beauty. Charles Heidsick in about midfield and trapped about 4 deep on settling down, running to the 1300, and Pay the Butler loomed up quickly to go to the lead from Red Ned on the inside, going up into second place, Brilliant Beauty on the outside. A length and a half then to Without Authority, followed by Bow Chief on the inside, then Totem Chief. Charles Heidsick is still out 4 wide, racing on the outside of Class of Fier, Sarah Gem, Stain Lou over on the rails. A length and a half to Mike Cavatia, the Cobb back along the rails, getting a fair way back. Polar Mola third last, in fact, was Silent Strength, and Wing Sing was last as they come onto the bend at the 1000, and the leader here, Brilliant Beauty, loomed up quickly on the outside to Poconos in front. Brilliant Beauty almost a length clear of Pay the Butler, a length and a half away third, Red Ned, then Without Authority. Charles Heidsick on the outside starting to pick up ground, and then Totem Chief, Sarah Gem the centre. Bow Chief over on the inside, a length and a half then to Stain Lure, followed by the Cobb. He's starting to go forward now. He's in between horses but making up ground, and then Silent Strength, Mike Cavatia to the outside, and Wing Sing was last of all. Around the home turn now with about 450 metres to go. Brilliant Beauty a half length in front of Red Ned, who's going up pretty quickly on the outside. Charles Heidsick to the extreme outside, running on gamely. Sarah Gem's going for a run in the middle and getting it, and then Without Authority. Red Ned's a length in front. Sarah Gem battling on well. Charles Heidsick on the outside under pressure, then Brilliant Beauty, who's weakening out of it. Red Ned's in front. Sarah Gem on the outside, out after Red Ned. They're clear of Charles Heidsick. Red Ned's still in front. Sarah Gem can't get to him, and Red Ned's too strong in the run to the line. Red Ned goes on to win it by 3/4 of a length. Sarah Gem second, 6 lengths away third, Charles Heidsick, then Polar Mola.